right, man.
On with it.
Yeah, man. Got another.
So you already know.
Man, I can't wait to hear from you, bro, because even though obviously we got the behind the scenes,
Man.
we ain't even talk about what you saw at training camp, so it's gonna be spontaneous, you know what I mean? And listen, y'all, it's a major reason why you should be coming to this final word, and I'm be honest with y'all. And Law, tell me if I'm tripping, but what y'all seeing out there sometimes be way different than what's being reported.
No doubt. No doubt. You right on the money.
Yeah.
There's a narrative to everything, right?
Right.
The main thing is getting the truth out there.
Yeah. So
if I had that button, I want the truth.
You ain't got the button, big dog?
Man, you know, I'm going to have that next training camp. We're going to get that button next training camp.
You have it.
The
whole setup.
The whole setup, man. We got the location and everything.
Okay.
Ed Robin.
That's what's up, man. So yeah, I'm gonna be out there with y'all next year, man.
And
I learned my lesson.
Come on out, man.
No, I learned my lesson. I really have. I've learned my lesson when I really saw how you, Mark Holmes, and West Coast was all sounding the alarm. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
And saying the same things. I said, okay, that's not what's being reported, which I was talking about. You know what I mean? It's not being reported.
Right.
I don't think the media guys are doing it intentional. I think what's going on is they also know if they showed the third string receptions, nobody cared. So they go pick up, Dak to CD, Trayvon Diggs on a interception. You know, they go pick Michael Parsons on a sack. They go get them names. Right. So when you seeing nothing but the big names making plays, you go think, oh, okay, they doing good.
Big facts.
So, and I really honestly learned that from just watching and talking to y'all, bro. Just saying, whoa, it's different. Like, it's way different than what's being reported. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is.
No doubt. Shout out to everybody that's jumping in. Appreciate you guys.
Yeah, man.
Show about to kick off.
Yeah. We got a minute left.
And the hot topic right now is the Cowboys need a wide receiver.
It is. It is.
Well, today, if that's the case in a scenario, the Cowboys would need DBs.
Wait. Ah!
Yoga flame.
I got you, bro. Yoga
flame.
Man. So you basically saying it was a rebound day for the offense, especially on the one-on-one. So we gonna talk about that. See, that's what I want to hear right there. You know what I mean? So that also says that it was a lot of panic, right? Yeah, it said it was a lot of panic. All right, I can't wait to get into this show, man. It's gonna be fantastic. Whew. And Big Game James, he gonna be coming in anytime now, y'all. So obviously we gonna want to talk to the big homie.
Chris Blackzilla, appreciate you on the Facebook, man. And Gary Stokes, man. Appreciate everybody. Shout out to you, C. Nicks. Mods, y'all know what to do. Shout out to the mods.
Shout out to the mods. Man, it ain't nothing like having good mods. I've been sleeping on the mods.
Man, hello.
Boy.
Blocker. I said, all that.
Man. And they be having your back, you know what I'm saying? They be seeing stuff you don't see. Be like, go ahead, Mars. Get it tight up in the house. All right, let's start the show. Yeah, let's start the show, man. Here we go. Let me get this countdown button off here, man. All right, here we go.
Can we check or something?
Check or something.
I've been really in the field, love the rush, I love the feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Don't need no deals, I make the deal. Have to ticket to a meal. Lately, I just wanna run it up.
They'll blanket somebody today. Cover them like a
Kinda
blanket.
check the song. Lately, I just wanna run it up.
I ain't heard anything about them. Normally, with safety, you don't hear anything about them either.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, man.
They doing good.
Oh man, real good. Hey, and we can talk about that safety. Cause I was watching Clarence Hill. So that Clarence Hill was keeping it real today. I was like, wait, that Clarence Hill, man, I was like, talk, Clarence, talk. David Hellman too. I was enjoying it. Cowboy content was good today. Yeah, man. All right, but it's our turn. We go give some content. Let's get it low. All right, so obviously, man, you was talking about, you know, some of that good news that was going on. I actually, before we kind of get to that, because I promise we gonna get right to that. I promise. I want to talk about a video that you got that's going viral right now. First of all, congratulations on the Amari Cooper clip that you posted. 175,000 views. And this is just 9 hours. This go get up to maybe 500,000 in 3 days, big dog. So obviously, man, congratulations on that. I know you don't do it for the clout, but just kind of what's your thoughts on this, Amari Cooper, and you know, and kind of what's going on with the viral movement on this, man? Let's talk about that.
Well, the wide receivers, you know, when you run routes like that, that's doing things when the ball is not even there. And then you get awarded by getting the ball. Now, my thing is, this was not for me to say that the Cowboys should keep or they should take away, but it's more of the ideology that this dude, man, look at that jab step. He takes two with him, and he creates the separation. There's also a chart line out there that Amari Cooper was one of the most double-teamed wide receivers last year and the previous years in the NFL. So for him to be able to get that separation, we have yet to see these type of movement out here in Cowboys camp. So what I'm trying to tell people is that we may miss Amari Cooper. We may want to have some type of kind of caliber of wide receiver back in the building. But there's go to show you that we understand, boss, that the PR smear campaign against Coop was unwarranted. Plus, when you have people like Ocho Cinco and multiple people retweeting and resharing this clip, because that validates what the points of this dude can get open. And the Cowboys, by far, need help in that category.
Yeah. So, and some people got a problem with this, you know, but I think it's good to revisit decisions. It is. It's good to revisit decisions. It's obviously we know he's no longer with us, but if you don't revisit decisions, then the next time these type of decisions come up, what's going to be your point of reference that the Cowboys might be getting it right or wrong? So it's one of those things. Big game. He in the house. I see you, big dog. Welcome, my brother.
What's good, dog? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Let me catch you up real quick. We were just talking about Law's video that's going viral right now. He got 175,000 views on this baby.
Oh, you're gonna eat on that one.
Ooh, that boy is gonna eat on this one.
He's probably gonna get about quarter. He might get 500,000. He might get half a million.
I said about 250,000 myself, because it's already
definitely
9 hours.
Half a million.
Yeah, he might get a half.
Oh, yeah,
a million.
he might get a 500,000 on this one.
Yeah, bro. And that is nasty.
Before
Super
you
nasty.
get into that point, another thing that I wanted to bring up is that the value that we got in return of getting rid of Coop, right? We saved $20 million. We got a 5th round draft pick. So And he's not even, he's walking around without pads, and he may need surgery, and that's Matt Walesko. So basically, essentially, you traded Amari Cooper for Matt Walesko, who's not willing or ready to play right now. So what I'm trying to say with that tweak is a twofold situation. We got rid of something, right, that can create space separation, whether or not you feel like he works full-time or no time, but you didn't get nothing in return for it. That's the other side of it.
Man, he left that dude standing still. Jesus Christ!
Not just
look at the separation on that dog. That dude left the camera. Look. He left the camera, Law. Look, Big. He out the camera, dog. What's up, Big? God, what's up, Big? Talk to me, bro.
Oh, I mean, we know what Amari does. I mean, I went on my tangents about why they shouldn't have let him go, why he was valuable to the team, and if the Dallas Cowboys, after coming off that 12-5 season where they fell short and should have been frustrated while they fell short, I would think you wanted to re-up everybody to make another run. That's what you're supposed to do, right? Like, if you're a top team, you're supposed to say, okay, we lost, but let's re-up everybody and let's do it again and let's go hard. Now you took some of your most valuable people and assets, especially on the offense, and say, okay, well, let's just put it on Jalen Tolbert. Let's put it on TJ Vasher. Let's bang on Dennis Houston, instead of having a dog like Amari and still want to have your offense take it to a next level. I wonder how it takes it to a next level with those type of guys on the roster.
Right, now, no lies, big dog. Matter of fact, let me hit you with that.
Hey, I love being a Cowboy.
Big game James.
Game changer.
Hey, let's have some fun. Let's have a good time, man. Let's kick it.
So, real quick, let me kind of unless y'all had something else on that, I want to segue this to Dak and some of his comments, and then obviously we can talk about it. But Dak, in terms of the wide receiver room, let me read this. Dak Prescott, on those who say the Cowboys have taken a step back at wide receiver. You are never going to catch me looking at anything in my life as a step back. You've got an opportunity to move forward. You've got an op to grow. If you don't do that, you already lost to begin with. So what's your thoughts on Dak and his statements on his receiver group? I'm going to start with you, Big.
He's doing what he's supposed to do.
Facts.
He's supposed to say those type of things. That's what you do as a leader.
Right.
When you're the leader of the Dallas Cowboys, you're the leader of your team. That's what you do. You don't sit there and say, oh, well, we don't have this person. We don't have a person. That's not what you do. You're supposed to infuse the confidence and let those young guys, because they're watching you at the podium right now. Those young guys are looking at you right now. And so when you're up there saying that gives them a vote of confidence and make them feel good at practice to go out harder each day. So he's doing exactly what a leader's supposed to do and a leader's supposed to say. So I'm not mad or surprised that he's saying this, and this is what he's supposed to do.
Man, that was a good way to put this in right here, boss. He's saying exactly what you want a quarterback to say politically. But when politicals and then the reality hit, the reality of it is that there's no DB that's going to sit back to respect these guys. They're going to have to earn their respect, by the way. And like I said, there is a stat out there, which I should have gave to you a little bit before the show, but we freestyle everything.
Oh, yeah.
There's a stat that Amari Cooper is the most double team or second most double team receiver. I don't see a reality where teams going to look at my God, although he's doing a wonderful job, Dennis Houston, and say, okay, we're going to roll coverage his way, we're going to man him up, or we're going to roll coverage CeeDee Lamb way, and we're going to lock him up. I don't see that reality being presented to us. Now, granted, these guys got every chance and opportunity to earn that respect out there by lacing them up and getting out there on the field. But be mindful, Cowboy Nation, that there will be growing pains, just like we have high hopes, because if you think about it, if you contextualize everything, Dak Prescott is sounding just like Jerry and Stephen Jones when
True.
they empower Kellen Moore, right?
True.
Right? Kellen
Yes.
Moore, the young phenom, the
Facts.
brilliant, the golden boy, the
Well
wonder
said.
boy, the boy wonder, the guy that's going to have all of these promising futures. But I come here to tell you, the reality of it is that he got to go through growing pains, and there's no shortcut to greatness.
Well, let me give you my thoughts on it real quick and put my name up here. I definitely agree with both of you. First of all, you super right, Big, that Dak is saying what you're supposed to say. Absolutely. He's saying what you're supposed to say as the leader of that team. But I also agree with Law, but sometimes we see through it. And this is the thing. This is the problem. I'm hearing a uniform cry out about receiver. I'm hearing a uniform cry out. Clarence Hill said today, they asked him what's going on with the Cowboys, and he said, listen, I'm going to just tell y'all the truth. I see two big issues with us right now. He said kicker, which we all agree with, and that's obvious.
Right.
And receiver. And that's from being out there. You know what I mean? Which match. So now I'm going to get Law back right here because that's my boy. He bipartisan. He go keep it optimistic, but he also being objective. So now start stacking Clarence Hill to what you've been hearing here, right? Start. If you might not trust Law, that's cool. You might think Law is that's cool. You don't trust Law.
That's cool.
But go listen.
Okay.
Go listen. Listen. And Boss and Law and Big, they're negative. No, listen. Listen. There's a cry out for what we potentially need. Real talk. So I want to also go into what might be positive and get your opinion on it, Law, with your eyes out there, and then your opinion on it, Big. And it's also with Dak Prescott. This is kind of good news to me, but I want to measure this with eyeballs out there. Where Cowboys, this is from Michael Gilkin, Cowboys Dak Prescott lights up when talking about wide receiver Dennis Houston the way franchise QBs seldom do with undrafted rookies. Here's why I expect him to be on each and every play. And he's coming back and asking about things, communicating about things, tough, resilient player. So I'm going to start with you, Law, then get your thoughts on it and go with you, Big.
Dennis is a relentless type of route runner. He knows how to gauge in, and then he corals down inside and explode out of his releases. He's a physical wide receiver, and when you look at his college tape, he was the end-around guy. He was the offense for Western Illinois. So he is that guy that I think that can take the top off the defense, believe it or not, and he can make those difficult catches. Now, by him, he's really trumping Jalen Tolbert at this point, Simi Fehoko, TJ Vasher. He's getting all of those quality times, first rep with the quarterback of the team. And this is not by chance that this is by mistake, because he put in the work. He's there after practice, going through drills, sun up to sundown type of guy, which is all good. It's a lot of good stuff for right now. Now, can this translate to the preseason game when the cameras are on? We have to hold and wait and see, right? But for right now, these wide receivers today, everybody made a big play, especially when it was one-on-ones. I seen him make a play. I seen TJ Vasher. I also saw my guy Simi Fehoko and CD Lamb make plays. So this wide receiver room the day before yesterday, star down. Now this wide receiver room today, star up. But hey, we still have to wait and see. It's still the element of the unknown.
Great commentary. Yeah, since you ain't got nothing to say, I'm gonna say something then, big dog. All right,
Oh, I was I didn't know how, you know what I mean? I didn't know how we was gonna do it. My bad. I mean, just quickly bouncing off that, you know, hey, that's great that Dennis Houston is doing that. Western Illinois, 6'2", 205, and Law seen more of him than I have. But one of the things I have heard and seen that he's very aggressive out of his breaks. He's very aggressive coming out of his breaks, and he's very strong out of his breaks, and that's a great thing for a receiver. Another thing, listening to Law, just how he's soaking up the knowledge. He's wanting it. He's trying to get better. He wants to make this team, and he doesn't just want to make this team. He wants to play. So, you know, that's a good thing. But we're going to see in the preseason, you know, everything we seen guys be training camp heroes, training camp dogs. And then when they get in that preseason and a little bit of that regular season, you don't see nothing about them no more.
Yeah.
So
fair.
we just got to, you know what I mean? We just got to see that because we've seen and heard this plenty before in training camp lives. Have we not, Boss and Law?
We have.
Yeah, we
definitely
see
have.
like Reggie Davis, second coming of Randy Moss, catching everything, taking the top off the defense, sliding through drag routes, nosing the ball, not dropping a single pass. And now when the lights cut on, it was just, what happened to Reggie? So I don't want that to happen to my guy, Dennis Houston, but we'll find out. Go ahead, boss.
Yeah, man, it just kind of seemed like it's a lot of this going on with my boy, dog. It seems like it's a lot of this, man. Because I'm hearing the confidence out of everybody, but I'm also seeing some faces as people talking about Reggie Davis. It don't really seem like Boss is kind of like really buying. You see, like Boss ain't really drinking that Kool-Aid. But this is the thing, man. As I hold on real quick, as I look at him, so. Obviously, I had a chance to observe him up close. So that's me actually filming this, watching him work out. And he gonna just have to keep stacking good days. That's bottom line. And you know what I'm saying? Because I was up close, that don't give me permission to be no cheerleader. Obviously, because, you know, I met him and, you know, talked to him, got his number and all that good stuff. You know, that don't give me permission to be no cheerleader. I got to treat him like I would treat anybody else and say, you got to continue to stack them good days, big dog. You know what I mean? And like you can't be no favorite to Boss, but he low-key is from this standpoint, and I'm just keeping it real. I did see him up close and see the work ethic and everything that Law was saying. And Law right now seeing him up close and seeing all that stuff. You know what I mean? To where I did see the extra effort. Like everything Law was saying that he's seeing, I was seeing out there too. And I called him on that video that I did like he's a silent leader. So it built my confidence in my own eyes because, you know, it's very risky to talk with confidence about an undrafted free agent. You know what I mean? But when you start seeing what you were seeing also put out in the public, that means that we all got good eyes. But he still got to continue to earn it. From Big Game James' point, I think you dead on point on that. Now, I want to talk about some of these one-on-ones, especially with receiver being highlighted as an issue. And then let me go to this chat. I haven't looked at that chat all day, so if I missed some of y'all super chats, I apologize. I haven't even looked yet. I've been producing y'all, so let me get to that. But anyway, going to these one-on-ones, you talked about it was a good day for the receivers. So let's talk about this, Law. What you seeing? Let me rewind this real quick with Tolbert.
Pay attention to the release. He gets off, silky smooth, got that inside hand out the way, and it was just a perfectly placed ball. Speed kills, guys. 4.4 speed. Look, he never got a chance to recover. Look at the recovery, follow-up speed. None of that. None of that was a chance. And that is what Jalen Tolbert did in that route there. Just nice. He won off the release. There was no chance for him to redirect. And that's pretty much Big Game James. As a DB, what you would say, that's a free release, huh?
Yeah, super free release.
Free release, super easy. I mean, this right here is, to me, when I see this, and Boss should know this as well, this is easy for the receiver. I mean, if you can't actually get your hands on him, he has the full advantage in this aspect. So these are not easy plays, but this is more the advantage when you have these one-on-ones or for the receiver. Can you not agree with me, Boss? When you see these one-on-ones like this, especially if you're not getting hands on them, this is almost like cooking all day.
Yeah. And I'm gonna tell you what I think I see, to be honest too. I'm gonna be honest. To me, it looked like the defense ain't got no legs. Cause they've been going hard and they've been running to the ball.
Right.
They look like, now I see why they needed that rest yesterday. Cause them like Jordan Lewis, he got ran by. Diggs got ran by. Like let's keep showing this real quick and let's just talk about it.
Let's talk about that Diggs thing.
Yeah, I got a couple of these Diggs, so let's go.
My gosh,
those are bad though.
Let's go.
Bad though.
Let's go.
I was like, man, please don't show it, man. Don't show it.
No, I'm gonna show it.
Those are bad. That's real bad. That's real bad.
See, this is the thing about Diggs. Diggs got clocked with the fastest game speed in the NFL. Do that look like it?
No.
His legs look gone, bro. I'm just being real.
Don't he look? Yeah,
he looked tired.
His legs do look gone.
Yeah, got him.
No legs. You can see that.
Yeah.
Because I read track, bro. You know what that look like? When you at the end of a 400 and your legs are dead, dog. Man,
let's hope that's what it is.
That's what it looked like with all them balls, and I'm keeping it real.
It does look like that. Simi got him too really bad.
I got it.
But here's my thing. This is the thing that I'm going with. I know there's dead legs, but okay. Here's the thing.
You funny, James. You funny.
We talked about this, boss-in-law. We had George Teague on here. Now I'm gonna have to go back to this. What did we talk about? What are the things that we said that Diggs needed to work on? And this is how he gets burnt a little bit because he doesn't. He sits. He does. Look at. Did you see how
he's sitting on it?
Go back. First move.
Go back. Watch his feet. Watch his feet, boss. Look. Look at that.
No, never.
He stepped forward.
Yeah.
And he's sitting on it. You can see him throttle down too. Watch him throttle down. He go sit on this like he finna stop. So you see him stop. Yeah. Watch Diggs stop.
And he did it with Lamb too. He tried to sit on him.
Yeah, and what
they anticipate.
And that's a gambler. That's what you call a gambler. You know, somebody who like to gamble. Yeah.
That's the problem here. Because, see, this is the thing that you can gamble, but you got to still be able to get your hands on it. We talked about this, boss. And George, we talked about this. And Law, we talked about this. That Diggs needs to start being able to get his hands on people because what he does so many times is he tries to anticipate the route.
Yeah.
And because he tries to anticipate the route, that's how he gets burnt on the double moves and the hesitations because he's trying to guess that route because he's trying to get that ball. So he's not trying to put his hands on you because he's trying to guess where you're going so he can turn around and break on the ball. And this is where he gets beat. He was doing this in college. And remember, boss, we talked about that when we talked about that video when he was in college.
And when he was in college.
Getting beat like this, and he was getting beat just like this, trailing, because we were saying he's going to go against those NFL receivers that are faster, and he don't get his hands on them, play good technique. This is going to happen to him. We talked about this before he came out of college. Me and
we
Boss
sure
did a video.
Anybody
and this is the exact thing we talked about.
It is the exact same thing we talked about. And from this standpoint, anybody that got the Boss Cowboy guide, go look at my write-up on Diggs. And I said exactly what big. I put it in writing. You know what I'm saying? I said Diggs, he likes to trail. Now he fixed that in games. He don't do it in games. So this is why I'm gonna give him a little bit of a pass, just a little bit.
We're gonna give him a pass because it's practice, but this got to get cleaned up though. Boss.
Not just that it's practice. And I agree with you. But what I think is going on is, if you go gamble at practice. If you go try stuff. Try that practice. Don't try dumb stuff in the game. That's why people learned about Dak. Everybody know Dak is not the best practice player. Everybody have grown to learn that. He take more chances at practice than he does in the game. So now people don't panic when he have bad practice because they be like, that's what he does. He try to fit stuff in there. He try to do stuff that he shouldn't do, but it's practice. Another thing is, I'm going to be honest, and y'all tell me if I'm tripping on this, Law, but this is one-on-one. That's an exponential advantage to the offense.
Yeah,
it's nothing obstructing the quarterback's view. It's no pressure. It's a wide open field, and you got to cover them
over top.
all over the field. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, a lot of people go look at these one-on-ones and they go panic. But listen, it's gonna be it's sometimes good days and bad days. Like Lau said yesterday, defense cooked them, and the day before that, today, what did the OC say? They go come back motivated to get their revenge. So I'm just telling everybody, don't panic because you see Diggs get beat. Don't panic and make this indictment, a total indictment of who he is. That's my, to me, measure Kool-Aid take on it.
And the low-hanging fruit people will do that, though. And I have to say this too, Cowboy Nation.
Yeah.
Look, we got to say this too. We are the only fan base that's privy to all of this information. A lot of other fan bases don't get these amount of clips and footages of their team practices and allowing fans to come in to the stadium with their cameras and putting this out to the world to see. And practice is supposed to be just like when you're at the house, man. I'm walking around, you know, with my whitey tighties, whatever, you know. I'm walking around with boxers because I'm at the house, but when I'm in the confines of having company over, I'm putting on clothes, right? So practice is supposed to be able to let it hang loosely. And on top of that, there was no technique on both of those drills. There was no boundary tech that was played. There was no redirect. There was no forcing of getting in the way. That was just, hey, I'm out here and I'm going to try to trail this guy to knock the ball down. Now, granted, I know for sure as a DB, I don't want to get burnt. I don't want to get, you know, coach. I'm going to tell coach, hey, coach, you got me on mouse. Where my help at? Where the over the top, you know? And, coach, you got me cooked out here, man. Let's get out of this cover one, you know. But I can tell you right here that Diggs going to look at this and review this. You know Jalen had to say something. Tober had to say something to my guy Jordan Lewis. And you know, Sammy ain't that much of a talker, though.
Yeah, he a Mormon
but
or
man,
something, right?
It was crazy. He ain't that much of a talker. But somebody's going to talk, and it's going to get up under his skin. So watch. Tomorrow, next day, he's going to be back motivated.
Yeah, I think them boys need to get in that ice tub. I ain't going to lie, bro. Them legs, ain't no way them receivers supposed to be running by them balls like that, because I've never seen it like that with Diggs, be honest. It looked like one of them Dan Quinn been having them balls running so hard. Just being honest, you know how your coach over there, run to the ball, run to the ball, run to the ball. And Kellen Moore, quiet. So the offense, they rested. You know what I'm saying? But you right, Big, no excuses. Big, like, this Big, hold on. Let me show Big face real quick. You know, Big ain't feeling me on this. Big like, man, shut up, boss. Talking about restive legs. You heard about no damn
man. Yeah, I'm just saying, dog. All I'm saying is this about Diggs. I ain't pushing no panic button, but I'm saying this. His first two years in practice, he was hella active in his rookie year. He was swatting balls. He was batting balls down. He was everywhere. That's why we're excited. And this was in practice. And then last year, when he was at camp, he was turning up, getting hands on the ball, getting interceptions, and that was at practice. This year, I'm not hearing a lot about that. I'm hearing this. I'm seeing, and even when they're playing in the games, not just the one-on-ones, that he is getting balls caught on him. And all I'm saying is, to me, this is a critical year for Trevin Diggs. Just from my perspective, this is a critical year from Trevin Diggs because this is year 3. That contract is going to be hitting year 4. He wasn't a first rounder. He's going to get 4 years and not 5. So this year 3 is going to be huge. They're going to be looking at those 11 interceptions and the yardage given up. The Dallas Cowboys brass is going to look at that. And this is where they're going to determine if they're going to keep a Diggs long term. Now, I'm trying to tell y'all, when Trevin Diggs was talking about, everybody was ha-haing about him playing with his brother, right? But he said, you never know what can happen. You never know what can happen. He started saying that already, right? Yeah. The Buffalo Bills would be a team that if they still had Stefon Diggs in a good prime area and Diggs was available, they would throw more money at him than the Cowboys, and he would go. So all I'm saying is keep your eye on this, because as I told y'all before, and I'm not panicking or nothing, I'm just looking in the future, how these contracts are going. Micah Parsons, to me, is the only one that we're talking about is going to get that money. Because remember, Stephen Jones has said this. We're not playing regular players big money. We're not going to be overspending these players unless they're a superstar. We know Micah Parsons is a superstar. I think they're going to be looking at Diggs to see, they're not going to set the market with Diggs. I'm going to tell you that right now.
Whoa! Wait!
Yeah, they're not setting. They are not going to do that with
Let
Diggs.
me take this super chat, dog, because you just straight whipped it out and pissed all in my yogurt with that one, big dog. Oh man, that boy, Big, you just don't even care about my day, do you? You just want to God dang, boy, that boy say they, ooh. Wait. I got to come back to that. Let's take the super chat.
Okay.
Coach Barr said, did the O-line win today in one-on-ones? Did they do them, and a lineman signing might be more important than a wide receiver? Well, let me say something just real quick on that, Law, and then if you know something about those one-on-ones, let me know. But this might help you feel just a little bit better, Coach Marv. Obviously, this is not the eyes of Law. This is through the eyes of Brian Broaddus. But Brian, and I tweeted this today, where he said Josh Ball has held up pretty nicely from what I've seen so far. And this was also in the midst of when Loudon was giving those reports of it being bad. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So the shining light in a bad group was Ball. And so I saw it late, and I just wanted to encourage everybody on Twitter. And I said, listen, I saw this late, but this is underrated, great news. So the overwhelming reports, and Law, tell me if I'm tripping, but the overwhelming reports have been that receiver has clearly been a top need, even over offensive line. Just to encourage you on your super chat, Coach Marv. What's your thoughts on that, Law?
Yeah. And speaking of receiver, before I go further, shout out to Paul Smith for the $10 super chat. He said them young receivers is going to surprise a lot of people for the 2022 season. So that was his super chat. But to combat what Broader said, and he's my guy, shout out to him. But let the tape speak. I got the 11 versus 11.
That's my dog
on my channel.
Talk,
and
Law.
You go, and then you look for 75, and you be the judge of that. And a 11 versus 11 of what ball did he get in flattened or what have you. But to Broadest defense, he could have been talking about a series, right? He could have been talking about when he tweeted that out. He could have been saying, "Oh, ball is looking good right there, right?" Not the collective. You see how bipartisan that was, baby?
But that was bipartisan as hell. But we already see through it, Law. We already see through it, man. You ain't gonna bipartisan out of that one, bro. You said let the film speak. We know what that means. That ball looking trash. Just go ahead and say it, bipartisan, Law. Say it. That must say. What's your thoughts on that, B?
Well, you know, I've been asking about Josh Ball. I've been screaming about him since last year. We got to figure out what he is and what he is he going to be any kind of value. He was drafted in the 4th round, and we need to see him. And now I made the tweet like, "Ooh, I wanted to hear that too, boss." I think I seen that tweet from Broadus, and it was like, "Hey, Ball's done good," and he was playing on the first team. I'm like, okay, but then Law brought me down to earth when I heard him on the final word, like, I don't know. And so then I hear Law say it again, like, I don't know. And then I heard a few other people through some other people saying, nah, he's not strong enough. And even when you look right there, you can tell he does need to get stronger. And I think that's the thing, boss, or Law, because you've seen him. Is that one of his biggest things that he needs to get stronger? And if he's playing the left tackle position, he's going to get bullied back into that line.
Yeah, when you look at it, you know, 54 eating, 56 eating. When you have those guys, those quick twitch guys who got speed to power, I think that he coming out of his stance. What we need to do is have the OC to break it down of his post leg and his distribute of power and power to base, however he goes into those details. I think that Ball, he may improve day to day, and by the time see how I'm going. By the time third preseason game, you know, maybe we can finish him down. But hey, for right now, Ball, I start calling him Josh Flat. He ain't around Ball. He was getting flatted.
Bruh.
I can only say what I see, right?
Oh my God. Hey, we got us a super chat. Coach Bob said, Law, did they do any one-on-ones today? He tried to get down to it. He said, Law, say it. Tell the truth, Law.
Right, they did some individual practice. I got some of that film. I'm still going over all of the film, and on top of that, when the video come out today, you will be able to isolate. If you really want some good news about our D line versus our offensive line, there's the guy by the name no cap at all. There's a guy by the name of Ridgeway, who gave the president his business.
Oh.
He tried to veto him. He pushed him all the way back. You know, like I said, when you put that bologna meat on a skillet and it start rising up like that.
Yeah.
I said, no.
Not the bologna meat.
Slice them edges. Ridgeway was pushing that bologna. He was pushing the president. The president about to get vetoed around there. God dog.
Really?
So
I like how you switched that, though. He said, if you want to be optimistic, let's talk about that defense. Boy, you smooth. Law is smooth. Man. Yeah, so did you see the one-on-ones? You know, Coach, he really want to know about that. So did you see any one-on-ones and with the defensive line and the offensive lines? Was you on that side to where you saw it?
Yeah, I was on that whole side. So I will have to tell you guys that Ezekiel Elliott looks nice. Tony Pollard looks really good running the ball. And, of course, we had two guys missing today due to the C-19. So we had a heavy dosage of Malik Davis. But the two running backs that really stepped out, Malik got his issues. But the two running backs that were able to run behind that offensive line today was Ezekiel Elliott and Tony Pollard.
Man, everybody got burned today, bro. They was just taking turns, bro.
Let me tell you what happened before this drill.
Okay.
Let me tell you what happened. The reason why the offense stepped it up, and I didn't know. Shout out to Nussmeier.
All right.
He was barking. See, somehow some of the stuff that we say
Get to him.
gets to him.
Yeah.
Al Harris walks out there and said, "Hey, y'all over there, we ain't gonna take it easy on y'all today, baby.
Oh,
We ain't taking it easy on y'all today, baby."
Oh.
You know, Al Harris, he's an old football player.
Yeah, he
still
old
got that
school.
mentality. And Doug said, "What you say?" He said, "I'm gonna say it again. We ain't taking it light on y'all today. We ain't taking it easy."
Ooh.
And then Doug said, "Okay, we gonna see about that. Watch my quarterbacks get to work today." And then I said, "Oh my goodness." Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! And that's what started that drill. Right before that drill kicked off, Doug Nussmeier, he earned all of the respect that I got out of my body to him today because he barked back, and I said, "Man, all right." Oh, I'm gonna talk to you and Big Game James about what else seems to be the problem with that. I'm gonna talk to you guys off air about that.
Yeah, okay, wait. I can't wait. All right, we got a couple of more real quick that it's been some buzz about. So I want to get your thoughts on it, Law, and then obviously your thoughts on it, Big. But Noah Brown is being talked about as if he's really making some noise. Is that true, or is that let me see, is that media hype?
That's that hype because here's the thing. Look who now pay attention to who he's doing that
I'm
on,
seeing it.
and then that's all I'm gonna say. That's
I
all I'm gonna
see
say.
it. Yeah, he all second team
Now, what
killing.
team reps they are? What team reps they are?
That's number 2. You can see it's the number 2s.
He's on the twos and threes. He's
Yeah.
killing it. I need to see Noah Brown do that on the ones.
Yeah. Okay. See, listen, I'll tell y'all what. If anybody say Law don't keep it real, even though he put a lot of sugar on his grits, he be putting a lot of sugar on them grits. Goddamn it, like he be loading up that sugar, but it still be grits. He gonna serve you some real food, cause Law, that you just keeping it real. That boy said, "Nah,
Just keeping it real, man.
Just
come
keeping it
on,
real.
Noah, like, come on. Look, we seen this when Noah played against the Raiders last year.
Yeah.
Man, we heard all of the stuff about Noah stepping up, finally getting his chance to shine, and then Noah against the Raiders, he couldn't get open. So what I'm trying to say is Noah looked really good. He looks really good against the threes and the twos, and he owned my guy who had a very, 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 very good camp so far, and that's 25, Nashawn Wright. But it goes back to this right here. That was some soft coverage. There was isolation coverage. There was no help over the top, and he was cooking today. Shout out to Noah. What y'all wanted me to give him a cookie? No disrespect to him. You know?
Oh man, where this Law come from? I like this Law, boy. This Law right here keeps it so G. What you got on that big? He said, "What you want a cookie?"
I ain't really got too much on that.
Okay.
Law said it best.
All right, man. All right, cool. So listen, y'all. We promised that we was gonna get out of here in an hour. So it's been right at an hour. With my boy Big A James. So man, because I felt like I wanted us to talk about the receivers today because that's been the biggest thing. So my final word would be this is without seeing these guys up close, if I'm going by the reports that I'm hearing, and I'm hearing universal reports, and Coach Marv, he said wide receiver winning means nothing if the O-line is soft. All right, so we need to figure out which person is soft, Coach Marv, and we need to address that. You know what I mean? And I agree with that. It's just, what part of the offensive line do we need to address, and then we can talk about that specifically. But universally, what we've been hearing about is these wide receivers, and from the reports, I would want them to look at some people. Some Jalen Ragers, some Mims, some Sanders. You know what I mean? But it's also a position that I'm still not too worried about because I do trust that receiver with Dak Prescott is something that he picks up real fast. He don't need a lot of time with a receiver as long as they know how to run routes. And that's honestly why I think Sanders right now would be my top choice. If I had to pick one guy out of everybody, because I like Will Fuller, but I don't like his injury history. I don't like Cole Beasley's one-dimensionalness. You know what I mean? I don't like how we would likely have to trade for a Mims, and I don't trust Jalen Reagor. I will go with the old guy, Sanders, and the proven dog, and the guy, Sanders, who travels and does well pretty much everywhere he goes. So, yeah, this was a heavy focus on receiver day, but if we go do something with receiver, I would say Sanders, and then, but don't panic. Also give these young guys a chance. I want to see what happened when them lights come on. And let's say where Big is right, where he's right to where, okay, Dennis Houston, you've been a practice superstar. What you gonna do with them lights on? And then if he don't answer that question, get on the phone with Sanders. That's my final word.
I mean, great final word. I echo a lot of your final word, boss, especially about the Dennis Houston. It's always, you never want to say, let's not go back and try to go with these rookies or the young players. The young players are the lifeline of your organization.
Right.
And everybody wants to see that. We've seen, like when I was talking about with the Rams, remember when they drafted and started bringing the the greatest show on turf. They started
Right.
stockpiling those guys, and you heard of Isaiah Kim, Isaiah Kim. I can't remember his name. He was like a 5th or 6th rounder. They were just getting guys that you weren't really hearing, but they were building up those receivers, and they were all young. And then out of nowhere, next thing you know, Kurt Warner's setting records with these guys, right? Now, I'm not saying that this could happen with these young guys, but what I'm saying is we don't know because they're unknown. So there is potential there. So they can go out with people not seeing them, and they could come out and be a young, explosive group and be like, hey, look at this young core that we never knew anything about. So you want to give them the chance in that aspect, but you still got to have that veteran, just like Boss said. And he spoke it greatly when he named all the veteran receivers that you have out there. Sanders makes the most sense because you can still play your Jalen Tolbert. You can still see how your Dennis Houston is doing. You can still see a TJ Vasher with still getting Emmanuel Sanders. So it doesn't it doesn't stunt the growth of your young players because this is a guy who's phasing out of his career. It's not like a guy that's you're going to keep in Dallas the next 3 or 4 years. So he's not going to stop the progress of your young guys. So that's why it still, to me, makes sense, even when we're talking on the defensive side of the ball with Anthony Barr. It's not going to impede your 5th round draft pick, Damone Clark, whenever he's healthy. It's not going to impede the progress of the Jabril Cox. You can just continue to bring him along slowly and put him in spots until he's ready. But now you got a veteran presence that stabilize your defense so you can still do the things that you want to do without being compromised. And I think that's why the help needs to happen on the offensive side with the receivers that we were talking about, since that was the focus. So that's kind of my final word with it. And just as I was saying, I'm not panicking with Trevin Diggs because I obviously know one-on-ones. I made some tweets about it. But I am talking about things that we've been highlighting in his young career. From being Boss, we went heavily and talked about it. And I just keep on seeing these little things. And Al Harris says, you got to start getting your hands on them. And I just don't want that to be something that teams look at, because teams are going to attack Trevin Diggs, okay? They're going to attack him to see. So he's still got to be able to clean that up because I just don't want it to get to a point where the front office uses things against him to not give him another contract. So I like Trevin Diggs. I want to see him again. So just continue to tighten that up. Don't live off of that 11 interceptions. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all, don't mean to be a long final word, but y'all understand what I'm saying? Don't live off what you did last year. Stay hungry. Stay hungry, because that front office is looking at you, dog. They're looking at you. Boy. And they're watching. They're watching you, dog. They're watching you. And they're looking. This is a big year for Diggs, and I want him to be able to get his money, especially with the Cowboys. I want to see him get another deal. So please continue to work and get that technique, because they're watching you, dog. And anything that they can use against you not to pay you, they're going to do it against him.
Real quick, before you say your final word, Lau, real quick, I do like that Preston Williams idea, Jeremy, especially coming out of Miami. I love it because that's a deep room. That's where you get a lot of value. When it's too much on one team, you can snatch one of them. That's a good thought. I like that Preston Williams idea. And real quick, Lau, one more thing. We never talked to Big Game James about Anthony Barr. And shout out to you, Big Game James. I forgot to say that. Big Game James is Mr. King Anthony Barr. It wouldn't be right to let my dog give his analysis.
I will take that. I will take that crown.
You deserve it. You've been on Anthony Barr since December.
You was Ray J in that. You was Ray J in on Kardashian in that one.
Man, Wait.
Really? Kardashian.
Wait.
Kardashian.
Whoa.
Yeah, I was.
Wait.
I was looking at it that time. I was doing all that. I was looking at it that time.
Hey, so I ain't mean to cut you off, Law, for that final word, but we got to hear from the big homie on his Anthony Barr analysis.
Break it down. Give me your analysis. I got the highlights rolling over here on Anthony Barr, Big Game J. I want you to break it down. I haven't heard of you.
Well, you know what? I think when we did the final word, we did a video with Anthony Barr when he was playing with Minnesota.
I'll pull it up.
I think the biggest the biggest thing that I was excited about with Anthony Barr is, number one, we talked about Dan Quinn. He likes length, right?
Yeah.
Anthony Barr has that. He's 6'5", 245 pounds. He can play multiple positions. He played a lot of outside linebacker. And we talked about, he played like 12 games last year, and he still had about 72 tackles. I think he had 2 or 3 sacks and had 3 interceptions, 2 interceptions in one game. He gives you versatility. He gives you stability. And he's familiar with the staff already. So that's a asset that only helps you. And like I told you, and we've been talking about it, me and Boss particularly, the last few years, that linebacker still needs to be addressed. We know who you got in the unicorn and Micah Parsons, but a guy like this and Anthony Barr can do so many other things for you. He can slide down, he can come up in the box, he can drop in coverage, you can blitz him here and there. He can drop in coverage where he can get interceptions. That's what I like. And like I said, you can spot blitz him, and that's going to be able to free Micah Parsons more. Because let's think about it. If you had a Jabril Cox in there, right, who's still maybe not ready, and LVE, who he played better last year, now if you add a Anthony Barr, isn't that better for a Micah Parsons, fellas? Isn't that better where now you got a guy who you feel confident in an Anthony Barr who's a veteran. You can move him and put him in a spot, and now you can move Micah Parsons everywhere and don't have to be concerned because now you have a veteran guy who's established and can make plays for you. That's what I really like about it more than anything else. This helps Micah Parsons be even a better player. And he's going to help the young guys, fellas. He's been in the league long enough. He's been a Pro Bowl player for about 4 or 5 years. He's going to bring veteran leadership to that locker room and to those young guys. And that's what we want. That's what you want. And that's what I'm just really excited about. Everybody like, oh, he old, he hurt, blah, blah. Man, listen.
Man, you
got what? You feel me?
Man.
You tripping. Tell him, boss, you tripping on that one. He
better
came
look at
in
his last 6 games.
You know what I'm saying? And for his career, hasn't been terrible. Hasn't been a guy that's just been totally injured every single year, only playing 7-8 games. This guy has been a Pro Bowl player, a consistent Pro Bowl player, and he was a consistent rock with the Vikings. Can we not forget that? So let's be excited about that. Yes, we're trumpeting that, and I'm just super happy that they have it because it just makes the defense better and especially helps Micah Parsons be even better.
All right, real quick. I'm sorry, y'all. I know we said we was doing final word, but I think I'm hearing Kool-Aid at my homie on the defense, bro. I swear to God.
Stop. No, you did not.
Wait.
You didn't hear no
okay, so
Kool-Aid.
you telling me I'm not hearing Kool-Aid right now on this defense, dog?
Dog, I've been saying I love this defense. That's not Kool-Aid.
Okay.
That's,
so
that's
what's wrong with
Kool-Aid.
taking a sip? What's wrong with taking a sip, at least on the defense? I didn't say on the whole team.
I said the defense was going. I've been sipping Kool-Aid. I won't say no Kool-Aid with me. I'm just saying, you know how I feel about the defense, boss. What we do last year, dog? Yeah, we said the only thing that we was concerned about, boss, was that middle.
Right. No,
right?
Facts. Facts.
That's the only thing we said we really worried about. If that middle, if those guys in the middle can really tighten up, this defense is going to be next level. Facts. If that middle, if Ridgeway, Bohannas, the Watkins, the Ogadezuas, the Golston sliding in, if they can really hold that middle and we can truly stop the run game, yes, this defense is going to be devastating.
Man, we finna be dope.
Daniel's over here saying, okay, it's Minute Maid then.
Man, I'm drinking whatever it is. It's because the deep is
It's going to be year 2. It's going to be year 2 with the defense.
Yeah.
You're excited about that. And Dan Quinn, now it's like the guys know Dan Quinn and what he expects.
Right.
So I think that's what the excited about, because you know the guys that are there with him know what to expect from him. And the young guys are going to soak that knowledge in. And I just feel like it's a big camaraderie thing. I mean, he's really got a family type atmosphere with that defense. And so when you play as a unit together, boss and law, you know, when you're playing with a team and you're playing as one mind, that your team is just almost unbeatable. And I think that's what this defense can be. I think they're all coming where they're understanding each other and knowing where their spots is. And, you know, really bringing back Curse. You called him a long time ago, boss. But Curse, he just keeps coming to my head how he is a key to that defense, man.
He is a huge key. He's a huge key to that defense, man. A huge key.
Hey, real quick, Law, before you go, I'm gonna get off of Anthony Barr because I want to say a couple of more things about Anthony Barr. But now, man, final words, Law. What you got? Oh, I do got something before the final word. I do got one more thing before the final word. Oh, dog. Oh, Lord. Oh, man. Hold on real quick. Oh, man. Jesus Christ. Oh, all right. Likes. Hit them likes. Hit them likes. Everybody, hit them likes. Yeah. Just real quick. Before Law go, don't forget, because it happens all the time. People come in, they start enjoying it, and they forget to hit them likes. Go hit them likes. And do it on everybody's channel, too. But just do that real
I like
quick.
The way you said it because even I do it sometimes.
I do it.
I'm like, man, I forgot to hit that like.
I do it every. I almost do it every time. I'm getting better now.
Hit that like on Big Game James channel. Yeah, I be forgetting sometimes.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I make it my business, man, to go hit that like button, and it does a weird thing for the algorithm, man.
Yeah, it really pushes us up there, man. It pushes us up there. And the final word is exponentially growing. We had some big numbers across everybody channel this last one, and it's doing good, and that's because y'all hitting them likes. All right, final word, Law.
There's three things I want to say about wide receivers before we dive really into the final word. And one of these things were Big Game James guy, Kevontae Turpin. He got they put him on the first team rep, and it was Anthony Brown versus Kevontae. And it was a Cadillac DeVille separation between the two. And we know for sure that AB is a 4-3 guy, and it was the same type of drill. And the quarterback short-armed it to him, and that's the only way it allowed Anthony Brown to catch up on that pass. But Kevontae Turpin, he is that dude, Big Game James. You were right, man. That dude is fast. I think that you was liking him or what have you. And
love him. Love him.
He's shifty. The end around will work. I don't want him to gain another pound. Let him stay 155 because that's his secret sauce.
Yes.
You know, that's his weapon. You know, let him be that uniquely, fearfully built dude that's 155 pounds that can take the top off the defense. He can literally do it. I saw it with my eyes. I don't have to lie to kick it to you.
Whoa! Hold on. That's
man. Hey,
that's fantastic news, bro.
Law, I said he's taking. I said he's taking 2 to the house this year. He's on the team this year. He's taking 2 to the house this year.
Man.
I ain't gonna lie. Let me put the camera on me because I ain't gonna even lie, bro. If that happened, everybody, y'all got a permission to Boss.
Give it to Boss. Give it to Boss. You're gonna give it to him
because I ain't see it, and I'm gonna be the one that say, nah, I ain't see it at all. Just being honest, you know what I mean? But that's fantastic news, Law. I would happily eat crow on that. Good call on that, Big.
And Brandon Smith, third team guy. I know he's on the third team, but back-to-back practices, he's been doing his job. He's number 80. He's from Iowa. I want you guys to pay close attention to him in the preseason game and see whether or not he can replicate that and move up the charts because they have him on a guy by the name of Kyron Brown. You guys remember him? There's a lot of Browns on his team. And he burnt that brother like toast. So that's another situation I want you guys to pay close attention to because nobody's going to tweet about that, right? Nobody's going to talk about a guy by the name of Brandon Smith. And last but not least, I think if Kevin Joseph didn't know who his father is, he know now. And his father out there he's been brutally to Kevin Joseph all training camp, and his name is TJ Vasher. I think that TJ Vasher, Kevin Joseph mom, some child support and everything else because TJ Vasher caught 2, not 1. He lost them twice today. I was like, look, I said, why y'all keep doing this to him? Put somebody else on him. We get it, right? He can't pass the test because TJ Vasher been going out there and just snatching the ball from his son, and pulling it out of the sky, scored a touchdown, and he did it twice. I was like, come on, man. If T.J. Vasher can't catch the ball on anybody, I know somebody he can catch the ball on, and that's my guy, Kelvin Joseph. We know who your daddy is. His name is Vasher.
Whoa.
I hate to do my boy like that, but
man,
listen. Don't come get me. You know
I ain't
he gonna get in your inbox.
No,
he gonna get in your inbox, Law. He gonna get in your inbox, Law. He gonna get in your inbox.
I'm gonna send his daddy over there, T.J. Vasher.
Nobody better not call Law bipartisan. Law been keeping it real, dog. I'm proud of you, Law. I'm proud of you, Law. Law been super objective. He is unapologetically telling the truth. He do throw a little sugar on there, but if you read between the lines, Law is
Yoga fire.
lighting these boys up on the truth. I appreciate that. Hey, just what it is.
I'm just let me clean it up.
Oh shit!
It
was already good, Law. It was good. Leave it alone. Don't add no more sugar to your truth, dog. God, dog. But let me clean it up. No bipartisan. No, we ain't cleaning up nothing. Leave it. Leave the plate of food alone. The grits are served.
You know the vibes.
Hey, my dog.
That doggone Vasher, boy. Get over here. He took the ball to get over here.
Hey, man, my boy Big gotta go, bro, man. Final words. What you got?
Hey, Cowboy Nation, let's continue to grind, baby. Hey, one day at a time. Be better than what you were the previous day, and let's continue to grind. That's all I have, man.
All right, that's the final word, man. Hey, y'all know we're going to be back. We don't know when. We always say we going back to once a week, but it's been overtime, no days off. It's what it is. It's football season. But can anybody say that they getting a better view than what they getting?
No doubt. Oh, tomorrow we're gonna be back to fluff practice. We're gonna be at 10 o'clock California time. They're gonna do the walkthrough thing again. I heard practice is gonna be the fluff practice again, and they're just gonna do like the little walkthrough. So it's not gonna be nothing in very intrinsic there.
Okay. Oh yeah, boss, send me that thumbnail too.
Okay, I'll shoot it to you. I got you, big dog. Doing it now. Yeah, man.
Don't shake me with the butter knife.
Oh man,
you know the vibes.
Real.
You know the vibes. Hey, but Law, you gotta be careful, brother, because you got a big voice, man. So I won't be surprised if a player jump in your DM. Be like, hey, look here, big dog. I heard what you said about come over here.
Get over here. But hey, he owned you that day. He was your daddy, man.
Hey, and also shout out to Clarence Hill, man, today. Clarence Hill, he kept it so real today. I was bad.
I need to check out his.
Go check it out, bro. They had a little podcast today that was not one of the podcasts, it was a show with Patrick.
Like a round table group?
Yeah, Patrick No C Walker, Shrugs, and yeah. Let me turn this stream off real quick.